Okay, so today I'm gonna set up a bait tank. This is a 100-gallon bait tank. I've already filled it with some water, cleaned some gravel, and thrown it in there. But a big thing we need is filtration. There's this guy on YouTube called SC Fish Keeping, and I'll drop his link below in the description. However, he is who I got the idea to build this. So that's what we're gonna do today, and we're gonna get this filtration pump going. The one I bought, it should turn this over 14-15 times an hour, so it should keep it pretty clean. Now we will say in Nebraska you cannot transport live bait unless you bought it. A lot of this will be for bait that we save to cut up fresh, or bait that we buy and put in here. Like we're gonna go buy a bunch of goldfish and put them in here. Then we can use them for bait. But so this 10-gallon trash can will be our filtration canister. We will have a pump down in there that will pump up, pour into here. This will filter it out. It will overflow and dump back into a pond, fish tank. But we got some different medium. Got some polyfill. It's just used in crafts to fill stuffed animals, quilts, whatever. I'll drop all these links because most of the stuff I got off of Amazon. Pot scrubbies and a mesh basket that I'm going to put all these scrubbies in, and I'll show you that as we go along. One thing I do not have on hand yet that I will have to order and get in is lava rock, but lava rock will go in here. We got our pump, and we got these little seals, and I'll show you what we do with them a little bit later. Of course, our PVC, 1-inch PVC. I got the PVC cement, and we have all the connectors we need, little elbows and stuff. I'll show you that as we go along through this video. So let's get to it. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a base for our pump. You can set it next to it. You want it up higher a little bit still, but on this one I'm actually going to put it on top. So I got this scrap 1x4s, and I'm just going to measure a few of them, and I'm going to lay them along here to set our filtration on top of. Since this isn't for looks or prettiness, this is literally just to keep our bait alive, keep it fresh and clean. So I'm going to have it overhang a little bit on each side, but I'm going to measure each section. I think I'm going to need 4 of these cut down to length. So that's what I'm going to start with. Yes, you can use power tools. This will be much faster. However, I'm a maintenance guy, and I tend to leave all my tools at work that I use for stuff like that. So this is all I can find around home. We make do. Little man's trying to steal the show. But now we have a stand for our filtration system. Alright, so our water is going to return down into here. So we need to cut a hole for the return. This is the pump I'm going to use. I got it off of Amazon. I can't remember the price, but it wasn't very expensive. And it pumps 1,600 gallons per hour. So we'll turn this over 16 times at full speed. So this pump actually comes with multiple different sizes, and I'm just going to select the size that best fits in the 1-inch PVC we got. PVC, that's one's too big. Perfect. And what we will do when we get to that point, we'll put some silicone around this and just attach it in and be good to go. So we have our fitting down on there already. We're just going to take our long PVC pipe we bought and put it right down on that fitting. And then we're just trying to eyeball where it's level with the trash can. For our first cut, I drew a line on it. I'm going to cut that right there. You can use PVC pipe cutters. I have some. I do not know where they are at the moment, so I'm just going to use a saw. We'll get one of our elbows, put it on the end of that, and I'll clean all this up before I permanently seal it together. But we're just going to put that on now for now. 7.5 inches. We are going to have a T-bar inside this trash can to spray down the intake water. So we got to leave a little extra room to attach that T-bar. And there you have it. Coming from the pump up into our filtration. Alright, it's been a few days since the last few clips I recorded, but I need to get this finished. I just had some stuff come up in the middle of doing the last video that I had to leave for, but here is the pipe. This is what goes down on the pump, and this is what pumps into the filter, and we have it all together here. We checked it all. It all works. So now I'm just gonna go through and sand all this off and clean it up so we could put it all together good. I'm just using a Dremel tool, make it fast. So that part's complete. Now we just need to clean them up. Alright, just got some rubbing alcohol and just clean up the pipes really quick before we put them all together. Yeah, you start with the purple primer. And you just have this little ball on it. You literally just rub it around it. Primes up the pipe. And then we'll get our stuff that actually bonds it together. PVC Cement, pretty much. We'll put that on there. And then we'll grab one of our elbows, press it down on there, just like that. And we'll do that to finish it off. Alright, so we got all that done. Now we just need to let it sit and cure. So another thing that they recommend, SC Fish Keeping, when I watched his video, is this is going to be your filter. This water is going to be pouring down on there, and it's just going to be all pouring in one spot pretty heavily through that pipe, just straight down. So what they recommend is you make a spray bar that you can attach onto here, and it goes out each way and has holes in it and sprays down, so it spreads out the water that's being filtered through the filter. Probably gets filtered a little bit better that way. So you definitely want to check and make sure your spray bar fits before you put on those end caps. Luckily I did. I should have done some more actual measurement, but you can see once we put on those end caps it would really not fit. So cutting about 1.5 inches off of each side, and then we'll try it again. Got it together again. This way it would rest right on there, which I kind of like. It gives us some support, but it will drop down in there perfectly, what I need. So we're gonna go ahead and seal these caps on. Once you have that spray bar complete, you do not PVC cement it to this. You want this to be able to come apart. And if this leaks, it don't matter because it's going to leak into your trash can anyway. You want to be able to pull this off so you can take the lid off and change stuff in your homemade filter. So that just stays on like that. Good and solid. Next thing we need to do, we need to drill some holes in here for the water to spray down in. Alright, I sprayed 3 holes on each side. I just eyeballed them. They don't have to be perfect. You can see they're not exactly level. And then we're just going to take it over here to our pump and see how it does. So this is without the spray bar. And that's with the spray bar. Spreads that out a little bit more. I actually might try to drill one straight through this connector. I went ahead and added a 7th hole to the middle. So let's see what that does. There we go. I feel like I have more area covered that way. So this will spray down into the filter. We already got the hole drilled in the trash can lid for the water to pump into. The spray bar will be under it, spraying down through the filter. But we need a place for the water to come out. So we're going to drill 2 holes because we got a pretty powerful pump. We need 2 outlets for this to make sure the water flows out faster or as fast as the water's flowing in. With that, we're going to use a 1 3/4 hole saw so we can put on our uniseals. I'll show you how that works. And I do not want to put them directly on the bottom. There will be some stuff that gets filtered and it's going to settle to the bottom of your filter. You don't want that to pump back into your tank. So we're going to put them up a little bit higher. Try to make them even across. Okay, I wasn't perfect. One's a little bit lower by about 1/4 of an inch to be honest, but water will flow out like it should. And here's our uniseals. These literally pop in there. You don't need any added sealant or anything. What happens is when you push your PVC pipe in for that outflow, that pipe will make this expand and push into the trash can and should make a nice snug non-leaking area. We'll find out in a second. Alright, we got the uniseals on, we got our outtake pipes ready to go, and we're going to give this a trial run and see what happens. Hopefully everything works out. So, filter is filling up. Here comes the water. So this will be more straight up and down once I attach it to the filter. Right now it's just making the filter tip because it's just resting on it. And there's our outtakes, and you can see that adds aeration, oxygen, and it cleans your water. Now that we've tested it and know it will all work, it's time to add our filter media. You can use multiple different things, but I'm using lava rock. It's going to be in the bottom, filled up about 4 inches high. And we got this basket off of Amazon and these little scrubbies. I'm going to fill this basket full of these scrubbies. That's going to be one part of the filter. And then I got polyfill. You get this at any craft store. I got it off of Amazon, but I'll drop the links to everything down below. We've had this tank up and running for probably close to 2 weeks. We haven't done any cleaners. It's just been the pump itself has a little spring thing. We yank off what gets stuck to it. So it's got some algae growth in it. The water is starting to get a little cloudy. We're just relying on water changes. So I'm actually going to show you guys water. See, it's pretty cloudy. You can still see the bluegills and goldfish down there. Pump's running. And then in a day or two, I'm going to take another clip. You guys will see. We'll see how clean the water got. Stock in the tank. More goldies. Water's clearing up nice. That's the one day. Alright. Day 2. After getting this going, you can see it cleared up a lot. I put some goldfish in there too. Some bluegills down there, some goldfish. Living their best life until they see a hook. you doing?
What do you mean?
In our bait tank.
Yeah, look at them. They're like puppies.
Oh, well, here's some more.
It's a spotted at the Greg house.
Well, this is our video on how to make a filter for a bait tank. So I appreciate you guys watching. Stay with you.